Hello viewers, Mina Ishmael, Dadis Bangoa, and this is Salone Discoveries with KID-AFAN. Today we're in the area Sane Hall as the International Association of Women in Radio and Television. Then they can launch the association formally. So we go into the hall and discover exactly what's in the happen in this hall today.
Good morning, colleagues. Colleagues, my name is Sunwa Bakari. I am the Public Affairs Secretary of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, SLAJ. I am here to represent our president, who is unavoidably absent. We all know SLAJ is an umbrella organization, and as such, we move up and about to ensure that the concerns of our members are looked into as and when the need arises. Now, this program we're here today for means a lot to SLAJ, especially when it has to do with radio, because we know that many of our female colleagues are in the electronic media, and SLAJ has been using electronic media for a very long time, especially in times of crisis. If we could remember during the Ebola, SLAJ had a program which they normally do with IRN. They will collaborate with IRN to ensure people who are in the villages who cannot read and write rely on the radio stations, especially the community radio stations, to ensure that they give them accurate information, which is why SLAJ as a body has ensured that we continuously train our members so that they'll be able to deliver. Because they call us the fourth estate because we believe that we are the watchdogs. And so if an organization like this is to be set, we're happy as an organization, and we trust that the purpose of setting up such organization will be achieved. I want to encourage colleagues that the profession we find ourselves in is not a profession wherein you become rich within a twinkle of an eye. It's a profession you decided to join because you have passion for yourself as a woman. Because many a times the stories we carry, we go down to the deprived communities, we want to interview single parents, we want to interview people in slum communities. And who are these people we first of all consider? They are colleagues, women. So as we move forward, I want to encourage all of us who are part of this organization, and even those who are not part, to know that broadcast journalism has stood the test of time over the years. Because in times of crisis, the print media will close. In terms of public holidays, most times when you come along Christmas, you see most print media, they go on recess, they go for break. But the radio stations will never close. So please, we hope that at the end of the day, whatever it is that you are planning, we will have our support as SLAJ, and will always be there to ensure that you achieve your goals.
Good morning, and I'm Mr. Joseph Mana Brahma. I'm the head of monitoring and project research unit at the Independent Media Commission, and representing the commission and by extension the executive secretary. INC wholeheartedly receives your invitation to take part in this important program, and INC is committed to all women and gender-related issues, and it is against this backdrop INC made provision for participation of women in the commission, and as we speak, we have 2 women, one representing the print media and the other representing the electronics media. And over and above that, and to assure you of INC commitment to supporting women program, INC has over the years issued licenses and have registered media houses being owned by women. And also, my very presence here to grace this important occasion is also an indication to show that IMC is always committed and will be committed and remains committed to supporting women program.
I am indeed delighted and honored to be here today to deliver the keynote address on the launching of Sierra Leone's chapter of the International Association of Women in Radio and Television. This launch demonstrates the critical role of the media in informing the public about environmental challenges that we are currently faced with as a country, globally. We talk about the three planetary crises that the world is faced with, which is climate change, environmental degradation, habitat loss, and pollution. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the EPA is critically aware of the importance of radio communication in reaching out to rural communities. And we welcome this initiative by journalists in launching this chapter, which we believe is a clear manifestation that the media is a strategic partner in solving environmental challenges facing the world and our country in particular. I would like to draw your attention to our new act, which was received presidential assent quite recently. It repealed and replaced the 2008 Act, and it was necessary because we wanted to strengthen some of the provisions to enable us to meet the challenges that we are critically faced with as a country. I'd like to draw your attention as well to the fact that climate change is real. I mean, I've gone across this country, the length and breadth of this country, and Sierra Leone is likely going to be having the first climate refugees. The island of Yeliboya, for example, is facing probably sea level rise is affecting the island, but it's probably subsidence. We don't really know what is happening there, but we are carrying a study to try and identify what it is. Another island that's facing extinction is Plantain Island. I've been on that island, and if the trajectory, the current trajectory is what happens, that island, in my view, will be history in about 2 decades.
I'm very honored to be here today at this important event. Do I need this mic?
Yes.
I do. Again, I'm very honored to be here. When I was asked if I wanted to participate in this opening event and speak on climate protection, I immediately accepted. Environmental and climate protection, the global fight against the effects of climate change, are the core issue of German foreign policy. However, when it became clear that I should speak on the role of the media in addressing environmental and climate change challenges, I was initially taken aback. At first glance, it seemed to me there was no direct connection. It was only when I realized once again the nature of journalistic activity in democratic states like Sierra Leone as a force of constitutional power, as we put it in Germany, the control of the use of power by the powerful, the uncovering of unlawful behavior, the communication of fact-based information and the disclosure of misinformation on the basis of comprehensive, verifiable facts. And last but not least, initiating discussions for a better future of our societies, it became clear to me. The role of media in addressing the challenges of climate change is core. Only the media can explain to people the connection between the increase in local disasters and the growing severity and global climate change. Only the media can reveal that those who deny this connection are spreading misinformation. And only the media can make clear to political decision makers the dramatic consequences that wrong political decisions can have for our societies, for our future. And perhaps, even more importantly, through the media's ability to make complex interrelationships accessible to people, they can show us all ways to make big changes through small changes in our own behavior. Moreover, let us not forget the first victims of storms, droughts, famine, and thus climate change are women and girls, notably in poor countries like Sierra Leone. However, these women and girls are also the most important forces behind profound changes. They are our future. And this is even more true for women journalists. They are the real agents of change. The establishment of the Sierra Leonean chapter of the International Association of Women in Radio and Television in this respect is a powerful symbol of change towards a better future. And it's in no due untimely that the biannual conference of the International Association this year, which will take later in November place in Zanzibar in Tanzania, will address conflict, COVID, and climate change. So we are at the top of international news today.
Awful. We came back, many of us were healed. You know, the back pains, we were really healed when we came back. With pains all over. We had to take medication to get better and come here today. You know, it's disgraceful. Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, so this training that's happened there in Bumbuna, members, and we ensure that they become trainers. So it's a training that is a short film project. A short film, 3 to 5 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes, that will pick up environmental issues across the country, no matter where. And I'm happy to learn about Yeliboa, because we will go there. You know, we are not in Freetown, we are working everywhere and we want to bring those stories out there. So I thank you very much, and I look forward to future cooperation with you. And with it to end, I hereby welcome every Sierra Leonean woman who works in professional media and alternative media to join the Sierra Leone chapter of the International Association of Women in Radio and Television. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm the Vice President for this association, and I'm named Madam Anne-Marie F. King, and I'm the Vice President.
Okay, so what's the reason behind the formation of this association?
Well, as we know, say, for let people they know about happenings around them. Because like waiting happen, some things they don't hear in Ayati, they will not be known. But through the news, through the information, we don't able for know, and we're able for take action. Now I make this a very, very important way we allow, we accept for we get a branch in this country, Sierra Leone, so that we're able for encourage female journalists them for radio and television, how for get information and how for televise and how for give news.
So that means we get for the trained female journalists then, right?
We get for train not only female journalists but even the rural women then, because when we talk like climate change and other things them where they affect women and picking them, it they affect more of the rural women then and picking them. So we they talk about journalists them, but we they also encourage the rural women them for let them be parts. Okay, so they train journalists them, we they training of trainers, because we want to let everybody benefit in this country.
So you did ever tell we say on our main focus now on climate issues?
Yes, climate now one of we main focus, but other things and they where they affect the community, even like where elections they come, we know say they affect women and girl picking them. So we need for know how then they go, how then they be part of the electioneering process, all them things. But for now, we dey talk more about climate change, because climate change na issues where they affect all over, and we don't see even our country wetin dey happen, the way water don't destroy, na the like sand mining, how people their house don't go inside, don't sink na water. We go back mudslide, like wetin happen na Looking Town, not only there but all over. We see how the water erosion don't destroy people, then farm them, the farming communities, then the woman the way they make farm. Some side like na Rutile, na Kono, and even up like yesterday we been talk about the road network. The chief na Bumuna talk say one day that road no bad so it, but now as a result of climate change.
Okay,
so we get to address all them
change, boku issues then they happen. So for now, how many members on again at that session?
Well, for now we get 16 members, and we dey expect we get the board when na 7, and we get the executive when na 4. This executive, we get the president when na Madam Claudia Anthony, and me na the vice president, and we also get the treasurer and the secretary for now. Right. But as time goes on, as we train, we will want more members for be involved, because when we talk about climate change and women their issues, gender issues, not one great person for work on them. We
so
all get for come together.
Somebody could be part of this association.
Well, where you come, the registration form there, I get registration form, and you get for pay small thing, because anything where somebody not pay, not go be committed. So even the chapter now, we get for pay registration to the international body when they na New York, and they also na Philippines. Then then they na boku country them, but na the headquarter then Dundee for now. So we get other things them, like we can members then can attend conferences and know what's in the happen. We can also do training. Apart from training of trainers, we can let them do one way they don't do the training of trainers for go out and train more people then, so that people then go be aware of climate change, and that go minimize the destruction where climate change they cause now with communities and with countries.
So what will be your last word?
My last word now for send message to the government, as then they see this, may they support, because one person not able to address climate change. And they also talk to the international community, like the embassies them, may they all support this cause. And they talk to other donors them, and they talk to people the way they want for be part, make them come, then welcome, so that we all go join hands together. Not one person go able to address this issue. If we all join hands together in unity, we go able to address climate change issues, and the issues the way they affect the woman and picking them, where they affect the nation, where they affect the entire world.
That now waiting will be able to gather today at the press conference, as we been get the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, we been get the ambassador of Germany to Sierra Leone, and we will get a speech from the president of the association. From our understanding that the main focus of the association now environmental issues. So to meet again in another edition of your program, Salone Discoveries with KID-AFAN. Me will bring you this program in name na AFANDiscoveries. I want to say thank you to my cameraman Mohamed Sky Bangoa, my producer and executive producer Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo. So to meet again, please subscribe.